78. That's the number of children that died in 2014 due to an accidental discharge of a firearm. This means that it was not intentionally fired and that it's purely due to negligence. If you had a child, would you be willing to take 10 minutes to explain to your kid and 10 minutes to ensure that your firearms were safe in order to save their life? Do you guys think that's worth your time? Well, based on Census Bureau statistics, 6 of you will own a firearm in your lifetime. As a rifle, shotgun, and pistol certified instructor through the NRA and a Youth for Tomorrow coach, I have the experience and knowledge to know what it takes to be safe around firearms and children. You should take time to support Youth for Tomorrow because with 85 million gun owners in the country and over 280 million firearms in the United States of America, it is an important thing that your child know what to do if they should come across a firearm, especially if they're not with a guardian or other adult. All of these 78 deaths could have been prevented with a mere 20 minutes of time from any adult owning a firearm. First, I'm going to talk about the problems and the deaths, then I'm going to talk about the causes behind them, and finally I'm going to talk about a few simple and easy solutions to stop these deaths from occurring. The problem is that 78 children died due to no fault of their own. Yes, they were being curious, exploring, playing around, maybe even showing a friend the gun their dad owns, but it's not their fault the gun went off. They don't know any better. No one took the time to explain that what it was and what they should do with it, and no one took the time to ensure that the guns weren't accessible to children. Another problem is that adults aren't encouraged to do this. The prosecution rate, according to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, is less than 40% for adults who are negligent with their firearms and allow children access to them. Tragically, the children, it's not their fault, and this leads to the causes. The causes are adults' ignorance and laziness. They were never told that they should go home and teach their kids how to act around firearms. Some might think that this is common sense, but to many people, they think, well, this is mine, so it doesn't involve anyone else. But when you take a gun home, it's yours. And if you live alone, so be it, you should still make sure it's secure. But if you have children, that's a whole new thing. Anyone who's been around any small kid for any amount of time knows that they can find their way into anything, including child-safe products. So putting a little, cover over your gun is not going to stop a curious kid from getting to it. Another one of the problems is that we have 85 million gun owners in the country. And while many of them are very well educated, the cause behind it is that they're not working with their kids to keep them safe. The solutions I have are extremely simple. I talked with President of the NRA, Wayne LaPierre, at a fair I worked at for Youth for Tomorrow. All services provided by Youth for Tomorrow, which is an NRA group that provides camps and fairs for kids, teaching them not only the fundamentals of firearm safety, but also the fundamentals of firearm marksmanship. It's free. Any camp or fair that wants them to come can schedule with them, and they will do their best to send someone or even a team to set up a range and show kids what it takes. Over the years, they've expanded and now offer programs, pamphlets, and other information for adults. Many adults aren't comfortable talking to their kids about sensitive subjects. This can include firearm safety. But with a couple minutes of your life, you could save your own child's life. Another option is to lock up your guns. Many people don't think this is feasible. When I talked with head of R&D Sean Berryhill at Brown Safe Company, he explained that their safes can range anywhere from $10,000 to $40,000. That's pretty absurd for some people who only have 1 or 2 guns. But when you look at something like a gun cabinet, it only costs a few $100s. You can buy one from Costco for $200 or $300. Is your child's life worth $200? While these are both good options, ignorance and laziness is not an excuse. In World War II, while we were doing prosecutions after it, we didn't accept, oh, I didn't know, as a reason for someone not to be prosecuted. So why today do we accept that when a child's life is in play? This is not about gun rights or what is right and wrong. Our children are our very future, So are our children worth a few minutes of talking and a few $100s? So the next time you look at a gun or you think about guns, or if you have children of your own in the future, even if you don't own guns, you should take the time to talk with them about guns. Tell them that they shouldn't pick them up or touch them if they see one, especially if they're not with another adult. As a gun owner, you should make sure you store your ammunition away from guns, and that if you keep a gun loaded, it should most definitely be with you or locked up. Thank you.